Welcome to the Jamie King Webcast. This is a place where I want to talk about stuff and things and other people too sometimes. Talk about to other people too sometimes. It's going to be kind of a podcast style slash vlog slash whatever. I don't have a clear vision for exactly what I want it to be yet. So for now, it's probably going to be all over the place. I'll make occasional videos where I talk about myself or tell stories about what's happened to me in the past or stuff I've experienced in the past, or maybe, what happened to me that day. You never know. I intend to cover cultural topics occasionally, probably politics, some history, things that interest me. And whenever I have the opportunity, I'll actually do interviews and have other people on. I have an interview scheduled for 3 weeks from now, which I'm very, very much looking forward to, and I hope you are too. I appreciate if you would like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, that all the YouTubers ask you to do. I'm asking you also. If this channel grows, that would be great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. I'm not going to quit my day job or my night job, as it were. A little bit about myself. My name is Jamie. I am from Jonesboro, Arkansas. I joined the Navy in 1990 for 25 years. I was married for almost 30 years. I have 9 kids, 2 grandkids. Currently, I have I'm not going to say currently because I don't want to make it sound like it's temporary. I have an amazing girlfriend that I'm very much looking forward to seeing what our future looks like together. She is a wonderful person. I'm very blessed to have her in my life. I like old stuff. I like antique engines. I have a small collection of antique boat motors, outboards. Actually, this is my second one. I sold my first one, and I'm getting ready to sell this second collection for now. We'll probably get back into it eventually someday. But other than that, I just hope you enjoy the channel and enjoy my content. I want to start this first episode with a story about what happened to me my first night working at the hardware store. So I have a day job, but also have a night job. I work part-time at a local hardware store. The first night I'm working, this woman comes in and she says that she has a DoorDash order. She's a DoorDasher. And I said, okay, well, ma'am, how can I help you? What can I help you find? And she said that they needed 20 bags of mulch. So my immediate thought was, who in the world DoorDashes 20 bags of mulch? But wait, there's more. They also wanted 10 bags of lawn soil and 10 bags of garden soil. So I said, okay, I'll show you where that stuff's at. So we keep that stuff out of the parking lot. So we walked outside and asked her what she was driving. And she pointed to a sedan and said that. So I said, I don't think that's going to fit. She scans the mulch with the app and it's not coming up. And then she takes a picture of it to try to tell the app that, yes, this is the thing from the order. This is what they wanted. Because the app has to know that they're picking up, I guess, you have to prove to the app that you're picking up what the person ordered before it will let you pay for it, or an acceptable substitute or whatever. I don't understand all the nuances. So she wasn't able to get it to work. So she calls the DoorDash helpline, and it's obviously an AI assistant voice, but she's talking to the thing like it's an actual person, thanking it for its time and just going on this big long story about everything going on with the order instead of just sticking to like the pertinent facts of what's going on. So eventually the hotline asked her if she wanted them to unassign her from the orders. So she said yes. So I'm like, okay, well, that's that. So she leaves. About 15 minutes later, another woman comes in, and she's got a helper with her, her daughter, which I'm guessing is around 12 or 13 years old. She said, I got a DoorDash order. So I said, let me guess, you need 20 bags of mulch. And she said, yes. I said, okay. I explained to her what happened with the last DoorDasher. I said, I can show you where the stuff's at. She basically said that the last DoorDasher didn't know how to operate the app because there was a way to get around the issues that she was having. She would know what to do. Okay, I'll show you where everything's at. We walk outside and I asked her what she's driving. And she's in a Ford Focus. So I know from the previous DoorDasher that this person was ordering 40 bags of landscaping material. So I explained to the woman that the order wasn't going to fit in her Focus. And she said, oh, no. My seats fold down. So I said, okay, So we go out there and it won't scan for her either, but she knows how to get it to do what she needs it to do in order to pick up the order. So she does that. And then I guess she realizes that no, as a matter of fact, when she saw the order, she's like, yeah, this isn't going to fit my car. So she stood around for a little bit talking to my manager. I was nearby. I heard her say that she was making $30 on this order and that she was delivering it to a town that's about 40 minutes away. A much bigger town with a lot more stores that sell mulch. So why they were door dashing from our town, I'm not quite sure. The woman calls her son to come meet her up there. He's got a Nissan Rogue. He gets there, and about half an hour before we close, I'm standing out on the parking lot with them, waiting to help them load up the order. He gets out of his car. He's not in a hurry. He's probably 20s, early 20s. He's kind of him hauling about. He opens up the hatch on his Rogue, and it's got a bunch of crap back there. So they move all of his crap into her car slowly, but they eventually get it done. And then we start loading up his Nissan Rogue. And when I tell you this thing was bursting at the seams, It was full from the hatch to the back of the front seats and all the way up to the ceiling, to the point that the last two bags I couldn't even fit in the back part of the Rogue. I'm not sure why they didn't try to put them in the front floorboard, but they put them in her car, which meant they were going to have to take two cars to a town 40 minutes away to deliver this. So that $30 DoorDash is going to be, split between two people, and they had to use two cars. So for their sake, I hope the person took well. So the last two bags that they put in her car, they opened her back door to put the last two bags in there, and all the stuff that they had taken out of his SUV just came falling out onto the ground, which I thought was hilarious. I actually had to walk away because it was such a crap show that they were going through all this for this DoorDash order. So that was my first night. It was actually last week that I started. So I've never worked in the gig economy. I was on a kick the last couple of years looking for a side hustle. So I looked at the gig apps, not necessarily Uber Eats or Grubhub or DoorDash, but they have some for delivering stuff, picking up stuff and delivering it, like furniture or whatever, and appliances, because I've got a truck and I got a trailer now. But I never did it. So what I would like to know from you is your favorite gig app story. If you're a DoorDasher or Grubhub or Uber Eats or any of the myriad of other gig apps that are out there that you deliver for. Or if you've ordered from one of those apps and you have a funny story to tell me about it down in the comments below. I'd like to hear it. My girlfriend has a pretty funny one from the first time she used DoorDash. Hopefully I can get her on the channel and maybe she can tell that story. So that's my story. This is my first video of many. Probably, maybe, we'll see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you tune back in to watch more. And I definitely hope you tune back in to watch my interview that's coming up. That'll be dropping in a 3 to 4 weeks time. The interview is in 3 weeks. So I hope you enjoy it. I like to keep things simple here. This is going to be a one-shot video. I'm not editing. I don't have an intro. I don't have an outro. I'm a pretty simple man so far. I might add that stuff eventually, but for now, it is what it is. This is what I got, and this is what I'm doing. So if there's any particular type of content you want to see, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you next time.